The project is economically viable options for retired irrigation land. Momentum gathered for projects like this during the millennium drought, where we had water buybacks, we had just drought, and we had all this dry, retired irrigation land. So we thought, what do we do with it?
Everall is a pasture system suitable for our dryland area. It's also a source of advice on how to adopt this system, and also some ongoing advice on issues that will arise as you adopt basically a new pasture system for your farm.
The project consisted of 4 trial sites with small plots where we trialled 40 different species of grasses and legumes. The original plots were in the Noorong district, Moolameen district and Warcool districts.
I heard about it through neighbours doing it, and I've been to several field days, and I've been watching the declining water allocations, so I felt that I have to do something instead of leaving it like this.
The benefits of the project are getting plants to grow on dryland.
The clovers, the lucens and the legumes producing all year round to just basically increase the production.
With the unreliability of irrigation water, I'm looking for something to utilise rainfall a lot more and to increase my stocking rate on old irrigation country.
A lot of our land was becoming unproductive because we couldn't put water on it anymore. So we had to look at other options for getting production off that land.
I've had this belief for some time that the water was going to do exactly what it's done now, and the cost was too high.
Basically the first step's a clean up of sticks and rubbish so as we can actually get on the paddock.
And I suppose that's where the preparation comes into it. If you don't get on top of some of these sort of weeds before you start, then you're really behind the 8 ball.
Weed control is pretty important with this mix, so it's good to go into clean paddocks.
The benefits have been getting production off land that previously wasn't being very productive, improving the quantity and quality of feed.
Chosen these sites mostly because they're the most degraded.
If we want to maintain our soils, keep our healthy soils, we must have ground cover.
Some of the other benefits are protection from the saltbush for stock, especially lambing ewes. Soil health as well, having ground cover on the soil that was previously bare.
Of the 42 different species of legumes, grasses that we first trialled, there's really only about 8 of them that survive the test.
Yeah, the trial site, we've got it fenced off into 3 different sections. So each section has a different variety of saltbush. It's the Anamika variety, the Narromine variety and direct seeded, just natural saltbush.
We chose the more successful, more resilient, and took them out onto larger plots.
We found the medics have worked really well, providing good quality feed, where before there wasn't very good quality feed. The saltbush has certainly given good shelter to livestock and a feed source as well in drought.
Our soils are far less compacted. If we do get rain on the place now, we get a response of plants, medic and grass, with very little rain.
This mix here, it's only had 40 mils on it this year, and it's still hanging in there pretty well.
Cutting costs, just on-farm costs, and that goes all the way from purchase of water down to drenching sheep.
The emu bush and the butter bush, and there's a beautiful native willow tree up there, rather iconic one. We certainly see them as important, but also all this timber and that's excellent shelter for lambing ewes, and as well as for the birds and all the other stuff to nest in and all that.
We're running higher stocking rate as a result of the trial.
On my place, the Everall system covers 80% of it at this point of time, and I plan to do the whole lot.
Eventually I'll change the whole place over to this mix, plus looking at saltbush as well.
We started the inter-row cropping system with the saltbush and the medics and lucerne in 2016. It's shelter in the summertime and in the wintertime for sheep, and it's also shelter in the summertime and wintertime from fierce winds for plants.
To me, the site's looking good. I was here back in 2016 when we first established it. Soil's really improved. Organic matter, ground cover, definite improvement over that period of time.
You need to be like a dairy farmer. Don't set stock. So I have small paddocks ranging between 7 hectares and 4 or 5.
I've had advice from the start from Rick and Stacey and Damien, so it's been really good actually.
We will visit your property and we will give you one-on-one advice on what seed mix to use and what seed mix will suit your ground.
If you're interested, want to find out more information, please contact Western Murray Land Improvement Group at Barham.